Good morning, my loves. Welcome back. So in today's video, we are going to talk about Jupiter through the partner's houses, or your partner's Jupiter through your houses. So this is another Synastry video, and I know you guys love these. Now, Jupiter is the great benefic, right? And that holds so much hope, optimism, and potential. And that actually is what Jupiter is all about, potential, right? Jupiter is about the growth potential in our lives. Also, of course, Jupiter, the great expander, is all about the ethical world, law, religion. So that plays into it as well. But the main focus with Jupiter in our natal chart and also in Synastry and composite Davidson chart is growth potential. So wherever Jupiter falls in your partner's house, so your Jupiter in your partner's house or your partner's Jupiter in your houses, is where the focus is going to be when it comes to the growth that your partner is bringing into your life or that you bring into your partner's life. And without further ado, let's dive right into the houses. So Jupiter in the first house in Synastry. This is a beautiful placement. I mean, you could say Jupiter in any house is a beautiful placement. The reason I really love the first house is because the first house is our life direction. And it tells us a lot about our physical composition, our physical strength, our physical appearance. And when we have Jupiter come into this area, Jupiter, the great benefic, we generally, I'm talking generally, right? There can be aspects that alter this a little bit or a lot. But generally, we can expect a lot of positive growth in all areas. We will become much more aware of our physical lives and our physicality and the way we appear to others. Also, our direction will become much more clear. Life direction is going to be a big one here. I personally have experience with this particular aspect in a very long-term, can you say very long-term relationship? In a long-term relationship. This was a big one. And obviously there were other aspects that I had in this relationship that obviously contributed to growth. But this one, it was just there was like a positivity here. Like you felt like there's so much that is possible. But now here comes the caveat when it comes to this. The possibility. The possibility is a possibility. It's not a given. A possibility is potential that we can utilize. But to utilize this in the relationship for both people, you have to both be on board, right? Of course, you can become much more aware of your direction, what you want in life, where you want to go, how you want to grow. It can become much more clear for you. But if your partner is maybe wanting to go into a different direction, or maybe is not so clear on it, even though that partner is the Jupiter or brings the Jupiter, then this growth will not necessarily benefit the relationship, but it will still benefit you, right? It will still benefit you, and you can still utilize it, right? You still do what is needed with it. This is a beautiful placement for personal growth, individual growth, your outlook on the world will expand here, right? It will expand. And you could already be a person that is very expansive in their outlook of life, like sees different perspectives, but this will be magnified in this area. Your approach to life, the things you think you can have, you believe you can have, oh my God, this is going to be multiplied. And this is going to especially be effective for someone that maybe was a little like narrow-minded, you will be challenged, but you'll also see the possibility. You might deny the possibility. It is always an option. You might say, no. But you will not be able to unsee it. Jupiter will bring that. Also, remember, first house is one of the core houses. It's the first house, the fourth house, the seventh, and the 10th. They give this structure. So this is a big one. Now, Jupiter in the second house is a big money aspect. This is a relationship where we can accumulate finances in bigger ways. We also will expand our idea of what we can have when it comes to money, what we can have when it comes to valuable things. Right? That this is a beautiful aspect for creating wealth together, and growing in that area. Because remember, Jupiter is always where Jupiter falls is the area of growth, major growth. Again, we need to remember Jupiter is also ethics and law and religion, so that can contribute to this, right? When it comes to values, because the second house is also the house of values. So maybe there's going to be a value shift here when your partner's Jupiter comes into this area, or vice versa. Maybe you will reevaluate your values with Jupiter here. Now, Jupiter in the third house, also a beautiful placement because it expands our mind, expands our ideas of life. It might also expand our social circle. When the partner brings Jupiter in, but maybe the partner brings a big social circle, a very different social circle into this area. This can also be intellectually stimulating. What it will definitely do is going to bring a lot of communication, conversations, and also a communication that is rather beautiful, right? Rather expansive, right? Expanding the mind, expanding your idea of what is possible in your life. Also, with everything in the third house, I always look at it from a inner child perspective, where what we learned early in life, now we can possibly relearn, right? We can take another look and it's like, oh, did that thing that I learned there, is this serving me now in my life? If not, let's reevaluate that and let's change it and shift it. Jupiter in the fourth house, also a beautiful placement. Again, it's part of the skeleton, right? First house, fourth house, seventh house, 10th house. So it's very foundational here. Jupiter gives a lot of power to family values, to family. This could be a big family, right? You two could create a big family if this is a lasting relationship. This is also a placement where we might want to live on a bigger scale, right? A bigger house, bigger property, do everything on a bigger scale. Also, we might, this is not necessarily a house of values, but I think Jupiter here can bring certain values in that we might not have been solid in before, that we might not have really cared about before, right? Like a big family. Family becomes much more important with Jupiter in this area. And again, Jupiter expands, right? We might move to another country with this, right? Maybe the partner is from another country and we might move to another country with our partner. So very expansive idea of a family life and family living. Family is going to be a very, very important part here in our lives. And if it's not our family, then if it's not the family we come from, right, it might be the family that we are creating, right? We might want to create our own little village, so to speak. Now, Jupiter in the fifth, big romance, also a very creative couple, or also a very creative aspect where the partner brings or inspires us to be more creative. Also, children is a big topic here, of course. Right? Like children is a bigger topic than it might have been without the partner, right? Maybe now you think about, oh, children, that I want that. Maybe the partner already brings children in. I also see patchwork families here, where you both bring children into the relationship already. this is also it's a relationship where, again, we expand our view and our vision of how to live with children and also how to live our own creative self-expression. This might, like I said earlier, be an aspect where we feel very, very inspired through the partner to go ahead with our own creative projects. Now, Jupiter in the 6th house, generally also a beautiful placement, even though, yes, 6th house matters can sometimes be a little heavier, on the heavier side, but it depends on where we're at in life, consciously. Generally, it is a beautiful aspect to expand our idea of how to live on a day-to-day basis, like our idea of how to have a routine. Maybe our routine is going to change completely. Maybe we are going to become digital nomads. We're going to go travel the world together. This is also a beautiful aspect when it comes to health, our health journey. Our partner can help us here very much, consciously or unconsciously. With the presence of our partner, maybe we feel safe to heal, or safer to heal and live a healthier life. This can also go the other direction again, because there's always a higher and lower vibration, because Jupiter expands everything it touches. So, we can go overboard here a little bit too, but that generally comes with more challenging aspects, right? If there are challenging aspects in the natal chart of the person with their Jupiter, or if there's like a challenging aspect to that Jupiter that is brought into this area, we can go a little overboard. Maybe we overeat, we overindulge. This can also happen in the 2nd house, by the way, with Jupiter in the 2nd house. Overindulgence is a topic there as well. Now, Jupiter in the 7th, this is an aspect that expands our idea of one-on-one relationships. It expands not just the relationship with that partner that brings in the Jupiter into this area, but this is also a healing aspect from what I've seen, where we can heal one-on-one relationships that we already have, that with our parents, for example. And I know I always say this, and then I get like questions about, well, this is not a parental house. It isn't, but it is, because this is one-on-one relationships. And we can focus on our partner in marriage here, but we can also focus on a one-on-one relationship that we have with a friend, a business partner. And yes, we have a parental relationship with our parents, but we also have a very human one-on-one relationship with our parents. And we can, there is a healing aspect here. Remember, there's a natural square from the 7th house to the 4th house. And when we have Jupiter come in here, Jupiter can aid things a little bit. Can also fuel the fire, not gonna lie, right? If we want to pursue life from that perspective, yes, Jupiter can expand the negative as well. It is always an option. It is always an option. We cannot, if we are super ignorant in this area, yes, it's an option that the negative can be expanded here as well. But generally, this is a really beautiful placement also for the relationship, because we will be very focused on the partner, and the partner will expand our idea of how we can live in a relationship, how we can make the relationship bigger and better. Jupiter in the partner's 8th house. This is also an expander in terms of, first of all, money. Money can be an aspect here. The partner can bring in finances as well in this area, but also remember, this is the house of death and rebirth, the house of shadow work, the house of inner child work, all the inner work we have to do, going down the rabbit hole, cleaning out the closet, becoming more of what and who we want to be. And the partner's presence, or the partner's Jupiter here, can help us open up in areas that we weren't able and ready to open up before. Jupiter in the 9th. Now this is an aspect that is very natural for Jupiter. Jupiter is at home here, more or less. And this expands, Jupiter here expands our view of, well, first of all, the belief system that we have, right? We may really look at the world, at what is going on in the world in a very, very different way through being with this partner. Change in a belief that we have when it comes to religion. We might change religion here for our partner. Maybe we get married and we take on the partner's religion. But this is also a big travel aspect, right? Where we also might move, big moves are a part of this as well. I mean, this is generally a mainly positive aspect. I mean, of course, like with everything, there can be downsides to it if we are on this level of consciousness, if we are more if we have a world view that is more negative, where we are more in the victim consciousness, in the victim mindset, where we think everything is happening to us, not for us, then this aspect can expand that as well. So that is a possibility. But generally, from what I've seen, this is a very positive influence in our lives when the partner's Jupiter comes into the 9th house. But again, you got to use your own awareness, your own discernment to understand this Jupiter, right? If you look at your chart with your partner and you see Jupiter in this area, it's like, okay, what is my partner expanding in my life, and what do I want to take on and what do I not? It doesn't mean that you have to take on your partner's belief system if this belief system is not expanding you in a positive manner. If it's a belief system that is not making you feel expanded, then you got to use your discernment and utilize it in a different way, channel it in a way that is positive for you, that is helping you actually grow. Now, Jupiter in the partner's 10th, this can help us expand in our vision and idea of what we want to do in life. For example, in our professional life, right? Like it can help us to grow in our aspirations and actually reach a level in our professional life that we maybe not really trusted and believed in before, because Jupiter brings a level of trust. Jupiter brings a level of confidence. So the partner can help us here really grow and blossom in our professional life. Maybe it is through mentorship by the partner, but maybe we start working with our partner and things expand in that way. So this is it's another beautiful placement. This is where we really can shine, right? That's Jupiter helps us shine here. The partner's Jupiter helps us shine, and vice versa, right? Because again, everything reflects back. Energies flow both ways. Jupiter in the partner's 11th house, generally a placement that might bring a bigger friendship circle into our lives. Like maybe the partner has a big community that is now also our community. So we're expanding our friendship circle here in a big way, but also humanitarian services are part of this. So maybe we are going to view life more from a perspective of what can we do, how can we help the world, how can we help the community we live in a more personal way. Then our last one I wanted to say for this one is hopes and dreams. This is really also expanding our idea of our hopes and dreams for our future, for our life. Children are also a part of this, by the way. Our legacy, looking at our legacy from a different perspective, looking at it from a perspective of, okay, maybe I didn't want children, and now with this partner I do want children because I look at them as my legacy now. This is also a possibility for this aspect. Last but not least, Jupiter in the 12th. Now, this is helping us expand our spiritual capacities, our spiritual understanding of life, reconnecting with our spiritual self. This is opening up to maybe spiritual practices that we weren't open to before, meditation, yoga. Maybe our partner helps us look at it from a different perspective, from a perspective where we now see, oh, can actually enrich my life. I would see this as a much more positive aspect that opens up our horizon to a more spiritual way of living and reconnecting to our spiritual essence. So yeah, Jupiter generally a much more positive fella when it comes to our lives, our understanding of life. But again, keep in mind, you got to look at the aspects as well, and then use your discernment. Always, with every aspect. When you look at your chart, when you work with astrology, use your discernment. And keep an open mind, right? That's what Jupiter always says to us. Keep an open mind. Be open to new possibilities, to other ways of seeing life. And yeah, don't forget to enjoy your day-to-day experience. So, if you have any questions about this aspect, please feel free to comment in the comment section. If you want your personal reading, click on the link in the description box. And any other questions, I'm here for you. So, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next video.